Edinburgh, a poll has found that 51% of Britons would now like to stay in the European Union while 41% want to leave the bloc, a near reversal of last year's referendum result. The BMG poll of 1,400 people for The Independent published on the newspaper's website on Saturday came as Britain moves into a second phase of negotiations on exiting the EU, which will focus on trade. The Independent said the lead for Remain over Leave was the biggest in any poll so far since the vote in June 2016. But the head of polling at BMG said that the reason for the change was a shift in opinion among those who did not vote in last year's referendum, while around 9 in 10 Leave and Remain voters were unchanged in their views. The survey was carried out from December the 5th to 8th. In the referendum last year, 52% of Britons voted to leave the EU and 48% voted to remain. Prime Minister Theresa May this week secured an agreement with the EU to move Brexit talks onto trade and a transition pact, but some European leaders warned that negotiations, which have been arduous so far, could now become tougher. But she must now unite her deeply divided cabinet over what trade deal Britain actually wants. Foreign Minister and leading Brexiteer Boris Johnson told the Sunday Times Britain must strike a strong trade deal with the European Union after Brexit and avoid becoming a subordinate state of the bloc. Failure to ditch EU law would make the United Kingdom a vassal state, Johnson said. The government must aim to maximise the benefits of Brexit by getting divergence from the bloc's rules so that it could do proper free trade deals with other countries. Separately, in a measure of the difficulty May will face in bringing her side together, Finance Minister Philip Hammond caused a stir amongst some Brexit supporters because he said that after Britain formally leaves the EU in March 2019, it will seek to replicate the current status quo in a transition period. Former Work and Pensions Minister Ian Duncan-Smith criticised Hammond, as did other leading Brexit supporters, for making a statement which he said was not government policy. Reuters.